Page S91, exercise 6. All right, on this page I'm only going to do 2, and I'm going to do B first, and then I'm going to go down and do F. B looks like it might be a little scary to you guys, so I thought I'd start with it first of all. Now, I can do this one of two ways. I can break it into the two parts. 3 minus 2x is greater than or equal to negative 1. And because this is in between, 3 minus 2x is less than or equal to 10. I can subtract 3 from both sides. 3 minus 2x greater than or equal to negative 1 minus 3. 0 pair, negative 2x greater than or equal to negative 4. Lost my x, there it is. Now here's the problem. I'm going to divide by a negative 2. And remember, when we divide by a negative, we're saying really divide by the opposite of 2. And opposites make everything opposite, including the way the sign faces. So yes, we have a 1 here, and that's all good and fine, but x is going to end up being greater than or equal to positive 2. Now we have our and a similar condition is going to exist. 3 minus 2x less than 10 minus 3. 0 pair, negative 2x is less than or equal to 7. Divide by negative 2, and here again, here's this big negative 2 thing we got to switch. We're going to switch to greater than or equal to, x is greater than or equal to 7 minus. Over negative 2, we can make that negative 7 over 2. Now, I could have done this whole thing combined. I'm going to just make a mess up here because you don't have to write this, but I'd like you to see it. I could have also taken this whole thing and said something easy and lovely like negative 1 less than or equal to 3 minus 2x less than or equal to 10. Now what I see is I still want to get rid of that 3, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Minus 3 minus 3, here's my 0 pair, 3 minus 3, and minus 3. Notice I'm just doing it in 3 areas. Negative 4 less than or equal to what's left here, negative 2x, surrounded in all its glory by that 0 pair, is less than 7. I'm going to have to now, I want to get rid of that negative 2 that's blocking things up. So negative 2, and that negative is a switcher. That negative says I've got to switch everything. This is going to make this opposite in sign. It's going to be positive. So is all of this. I have to change everything to its opposite. So we're going to have x here. I've got to take care of negative 2 over here, which is 2. And I've got to take care of 7 over here with a negative 2, which is negative 7 halves. All right. Not such a big deal, but you'll notice that we have x is greater than negative 7 halves, and x is less than 2. But in a way, I like this statement better because it's showing me where my in-between is. So I'm going to go ahead here then, and I see that I get to have some solid dots again. Sorry guys, excuse me. 1, 2. I'm going to go ahead and make that 0, 1, 2. And then I'm going to come down here, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. I'm going to give myself one more, negative 4. So 2 is pretty easy to find. Go ahead and give ourselves a nice solid dot on 2. And then x is between that and negative 7 halves. That means we're going to come down because we're between, and negative 7 halves is below here somewhere. Let's see. This is negative 4 halves. 3 would be negative 6 halves, negative 8 halves for 4. So our negative 7 halves is right in here, negative 7 over 2. So there's the end of our range because remember x is between 2 and negative 7 halves. And we're going to fill in here. Ta-da! That's that one. All right. Now let's look at letter F, and then I'm going to leave you A, B, D, and E to do on your own. So here we have an and. That means we have to be able to fit 2 conditions in one. Let's have a look and see what we've got. We've got x minus 2 is less than or equal to 4. Means I'm going to need to add 2 to both sides. And I'm going to keep in mind this and idea. X has to be less than or equal to 6 while and at the same time, maybe I'll get ready to, I'll load this box up when we're all done. We'll get the other condition as x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 4. Well, that's interesting. How can it be less than or equal to 4 and greater than or equal to 4? This is going to be tough. So let's see. X minus 2 plus 2, again a zero pair, greater than or equal to 4 plus 2. So we get x is going to be greater than or equal to 6. So what do we have? We have one condition where, oh, let's give ourselves a 0 and a 6. Okay, so the first condition says that x is less than or equal to 6. I can have a solid dot on 6 and go everywhere less than that, right? We don't have to get too far. You get the idea. All right. Or the other condition is that it's going to be equal to, again, another solid dot, and now greater than. So interestingly enough, the only place where our two colors merge is right here at 6. So if we're going to have this condition, if we're going to meet the conditions of less than or equal to 6 and greater than or equal to 6, we get it at only one place, x equals 6. Final answer.